Hi, I'm Allan from Switch2 Energy, and I'm going to take you through our new heat network efficiency savings calculator. So to use this, what you need is the number of residents on your scheme. You need the current gas price that you are paying for gas at the plant room on the scheme. You need the annual heat consumption per customer in kilowatt hours, and you get that from the heat meters in the apartment, add up the annual consumption of all the heat meters in the apartment. And you also need to think about what your current system efficiency is. Now, you can calculate this. You take the sum of all your domestic heat meters at the annual consumption, and you take away the total gas, the number of kilowatt hours that's gone into the plant room, and that gives you your efficiency. So it's your total consumption at the customer heat meters less the gas, the number of kilowatt hours of gas that you put into the plant room on an annual basis. So let's start and have a look at the first field that that we ask you to fill in, and this is the number of customers on the scheme. We put some defaults in here to make it easy, but obviously you can change these as you go. There's also tooltips here to give you more information about how to fill the field in. You then move to the gas price in pence per kilowatt hour. And this is the current gas price. So this is the post-energy crisis gas price. And we've defaulted this to 9p because that's what we're seeing contracts coming in at the moment. So new contracts that we're signing up are currently signing up at around 9p a kilowatt hour. And unfortunately, as I'm talking today, the actual outlook doesn't look very favorable either moving forward. So 9p is what we're suggesting at the moment. Then the annual heat consumption per customer. This is from the domestic heat meters in the apartments. And by the way, if you don't have domestic heat meters in the apartments, you've got a flat rate charge scheme, then really you need to be mindful of the heat network regulations, ensure that you're compliant by September this year. And I'm not sure that you can use this calculator. You can't really use this calculator because actually the consumption in your plant room consumption will be incredibly high, probably twice as much it would be if you actually had customer meters installed and you were billing customers based on their consumption and not a flat rate charge. So this is where you put the consumption, the annual consumption per customer. We've defaulted it to 3,000 kilowatt hours, and that's the typical consumption we're seeing on a modern two-bedroom apartment. If you had an older building with slightly larger apartments, you might want to put 4,000 in, 4,500 in, or even 5,000. But this is the typical for a two-bedroom modern apartment. And then finally on this page is the current system efficiency. And just to recap on how you calculate efficiency, you take the total kilowatt hours of heat used at the heat meters, and then you take away the consumption in kilowatt hours at the main gas meter, and that'll give you your efficiency. Now, what we're seeing is around about 40% on an unmanaged scheme. So a typical scheme which hasn't had any intervention, where there isn't any strategy, a real strategy around performance managing the scheme, we're seeing coming in at 40%. We have seen it as low as 35% efficiency, and this is what we've seen in our HNEP studies. You can change this. We've given you a few other options to put in here. So the next step is we're going to show you how much you would save if you increase that efficiency from 40% or whatever you put in here to 65%. So if you can get that efficiency up to 65%, we're going to show you how much you would be saving a year. So Press next steps, and here you have the answer. The annual saving after efficiency improvements, in other words, going from 40% efficient to 65% efficient, is £81,779. And that means, based on the apartment building with 300 apartments in, that's £260 per year per resident. You can go back and start again, either for another scheme, or if you wanted to try some other figures, you can go back again and rerun it. If you want to know how to do this and more details, please do give us a call and we would love to talk to you about it. Thank you very much.